We're into another game between Edie and Skittle in Arena. It's Edie in red playing as Franks against Skittle, who is playing in yellow as the Goth. And this, for me, is a particularly interesting matchup because it's kind of a practice game for Masters Arena 3. I think Skittle also participating in the tournament, as far as I know. And it's basically the game where you pick from Franks, Goth, Britons, and Celts. So we have Franks against Goth at this point. Should be an interesting matchup. Not sure what's the better civ in this match. Didn't really think about it, so I'm just interested to see what players are going to do. We can see Eddie's main gold very safe in the back. We have a second gold here, a second stone here, which can be secured by just putting a few walls here, maybe a few buildings, and walls later on. Good for him. Main gold, main stone, and third gold are on the left-hand side of his base, so no back base really for Eddie. Not the biggest wood lines either. It's basically only the left one here. Don't really like this this map. This one should if this was closed, then it would be a good map or a decent map. Let's say like this. We have 4 deer for Eddie, very far outside, and we have 1 boar, 2 boars inside, as far as I can see. The 4 deer from Skittle are inside his base, and he's not even luring them because it's close to the mill here. Main gold and second gold inside, but to the front here. Skittle, second stone, is back inside his base, which is good for him because he wants to get a castle up, so he can get that one. And the main stone for Skittle on the other end is very far to the front, and we have a third gold here for Skittle also to the front here. He's got 2 pours in, so I guess they were inside his base, which is good for him. Relics, very interesting to see. There are 4 relics in a row basically, and one a little bit far away. Looks pretty fair to me. Not sure if we're gonna see a fight for the relics. I would guess yes, but not too sure. Not sure about this mining camp, but he could have gotten it on this side. Maybe a little better, but not too sure. Don't want to judge the players here. Of course, they're way, way better than me. And I'm just telling you what I think. 2 lumber camps for Eddie, but this villager is a little bit trapped in. Skittle split his lumber camps as well, looking a little bit better, I feel. And Eddie will reach feudal age first, but with 1 less villager. Eddie going then for stable blacksmiths. We're gonna see scouts, maybe even knights from Franks. Of course, knights make sense because the bloodlines, but not against monks because you only really want knights with Teutons, or maybe majority of scouts and then 1 or 2 knights in the mix. That's what Eddie has been doing quite often, I think. I've seen a few games where he's done exactly this approach, going scouts and then add 1, 2 knights, a few spears maybe. Skittle is on stone, so he's going for a castle sooner or later. He is on 30 population, got 29 villagers and got a house, just to make sure that he won't be housed at the start of castle age. Edit up to castle age first. Knight coming out already as expected, and he got 2 scouts? No, 2 scouts out, I think it's 2. I see 2 right now. Monastery coming up forward, and the scout hunting's beginning while Eddie housed for a split second. Siege workshop coming up. No extra TCs done for now because he needs the wood for the buildings, and not too good for Skittle. He left the gate open, or Eddie managed to keep the gate open with a scout probably, and Skittle is gonna lose a few villagers. That's 1 villager down, second one dying, and might lose more. Nope, garrisoning them in. Scouts are down, but still 2 knights inside Skittle space. Not too good for him. Eddie dropping his first TC. He wanted to get in on the main goal. That's why he's putting the mining camp on the right hand side. And Skittle, double monastery actually, and 1 TC is up. Walling in the wood villagers, stone villagers, but the wood villagers, he was too slow. He has to go back because the 2 knights doing a lot of damage. Not going for monks right now because he's missing the gold. He built a TC there, and Skittle not looking good right now because the knights are in, and Skittle has to wall the stone villages in now. He's almost got enough for his castle now. Eddie's gonna scout more around. He's getting the relics in at this point, and siege workshop is already up while the mangonel is out. 2 relics in for Eddie. He's gonna get the others as well, it looks like. Siege workshop now coming up for Skittle to defend against the mangonel, and the castle very close to the main gold. I don't like the position too much. Should have dropped it 2 tiles forward, I think. Would still have been pretty safe and out of range from the mangonel, but he decided to do it like this. Not too sure. It should work. Edie is got his 3rd TC up on the wood line. That's pretty good TC, I think, for his space. Not going to wall this right now, doesn't need it. He's going aggressive, he's taking map control, he's taking the relics in. Getting more scouts out, it looks like. And the monk is out for Skittle. Let's see where he's going to go. Trying to go for a relic, but Edie just grabbed it, and Edie saw the monk, so Skittle has to run away now. Where's the 2 knights from Edie? I guess he lost them in the meantime. Didn't pay attention, doesn't really matter. Edie is in, and Skittle walling the left hand side to make sure Edie can't go in without going past the castle. Wheelbarrow coming up from Edie, and more monks coming out for Skittle, it seems. He's going for Huskarls as well, which is expected really. That's why Edie got the monks here, and Edie could see the castle, I think. See, he knows about the castle, he could see with the knights probably. He knows pretty much all of Skittle's space, and he's still going aggressive. No, not really. He's going back a little bit, scouting now the missing parts, and might go and try and go in on the left-hand side. Edie on 57 villagers, Skittle only on 50. He's getting a 2nd castle up to protect the left-hand side, to protect the wood lines. Interesting play. He must have... Did he buy some stone, maybe? Oh, he's on 2 TCs, that's the 200 stone, not the, no, it's 1 stone yet. Not necessarily. Going the castle up, 2nd castle up, coming up from Skittle. Edie going ahead on villagers, continuing to build more, and resources. Edie clicked up to Imperial Age, Skittle far away from it, but he's getting more and more Huskarls. He's getting now a 3rd TC on the wood line. The castle probably was good to protect the main gold, because it's the only one he has, basically. Or the only one that's safe. It's protecting a 2nd gold as well. Edie building a castle now himself, and as he's going to Imperial Age, stone mining, gold mining coming in, he's going to be able to get traps out. Just needs to make sure that he can defend against the Huskarls, which I think Edie knows that they're coming. Edie, what is he going to do now? Fortune coming in. And we might see, is he going for champions? Or no, throwing X-Men, even better, I like the decision. 2nd castle coming up right next to the 1st one, very good idea I think. And the throwing X-Men of course good against any infantry that Goths can spam. Just need enough of them. Skittle not close to Imperial Age, and still doesn't have more villagers. He's going for a lot of Huskarls. Is he going for Rams too? No, doesn't look like it. Imperial is done for Edie, and 2 traps coming out immediately, which is expected really. Eddie is moving to the 2nd stone here versus main stone. Yeah, taking that one as well. He's going to be able to get a 3rd castle up very soon. And Eddie's walling this up to make sure Huskarls can't come in too easily. 3rd castle also close to the gold here, so Skittle left with only the main gold, basically, because this one would be hard to take. Wheelbarrow coming from Skittle. Edie going for more throwing X-Men. Same time he's probably saving up for the elite upgrade. Skittle now closer to Imperial Age, but not there yet. And block printing coming now in from Edie, because he has a few monks there and wants to make sure that the Huskarls can be converted before they reach the traps maybe. Looking good for Edie, and I think it could be over soon once Eddie is able to push in. Now, Skittle finally going to Imperial Age very late, but he's lost a little bit, I guess, with the Knights. Really cost him a lot of time. Castle number 4 coming up from Edie now, and this is a very good castle, because it's going to be in range of the main gold once he's doing Fletching and Boatkin. Traps moving in, and going to start and hit either the TC or the 2nd castle from Skittle. No, it's going for the TC actually, also a nice idea. Edie can see the castle, I'm not too sure if you can see it. Castle, 4th castle for Edie is finished soon, and throwing X-Men coming in. +1 defense, +1 attack done, +2 defense coming in right now. But Edie probably missing still the food, not sure how much it costs for the elite upgrade. And castle number 5 coming over the same spot. It's huge from Edie, of course. Frank castles cost less. Nice approach from him, that's how you play Frank against Goth, I guess. Could have gone a totally different way if Edie wouldn't have gone in with the 2 knights, but it looks like Skittle won't be able to defend for too long. I hope this wasn't TC or Imperial Age. No, must have been this one, because that would have been very bad for Skittle. Castle coming up there for Edie. It's gonna be done soon, and a lot of throwing X-Men. I think Edie has more throwing X-Men than Skittle has Huskarls, and throwing X-Men will deal a good damage to the Huskarls there. 3 mangonels in as well, and Eddie is gonna start and hit the castle from Skittle. Conscription will be researched, but Skittle very low on resources. He's getting more barracks up, and he got Anarchy, I think it is, so he can produce Huskarls from barracks here. But the main problem for him is he is away from gold. He can't take gold anywhere, and there is no extra golds on this map as far as I can see. He's now moving into Huskarls, a little bit slower maybe, but the throwing X-Men, of course, 4 range, lead throwing X-Men done for 84 range. Doing a cultural process, it's a translation from German, for sure. And Skittle calling to Chi because he knows I'm pretty down under here. I'm half population of Eddie, which she doesn't really know, but you can see it here. And Eddie taking this fight easily, winning it, and a nice game from the Franks player here. Goth once in Imperial Age might be stronger in middle and late Imperial Age, but very impressive game from Eddie. I like the 5 castles here. Very awesome to see how Eddie is using the Frank bonus here. And of course the gold positions from Skittle wasn't too nice, so that's what Eddie used. Throwing X-Men, I think the perfect answer to all the infantry that Skittle can do. And I hope you enjoyed this little preview to what might happen in Masters of Arena 3. I hope to see Frank against Goth actually, to see how it if it goes the same way or if the Goth player can do a different approach here. So see you there, see you next games. GG.